motorsports.com. I'm Nicola McGeady and I'm joined by our novelty trader and expert, Tony Pring. Hi, Tony.
Hiya.
Well, it's going to be another long wait before we get a real dose of reality TV, as Strictly and X Factor are coming to an end this Saturday. So first of all, let's talk about X Factor. Is Joe the clear winner?
Joe's a clear favourite at the moment. He's around about 1 to 2. In fact, we're 1 to 3, and then it's quite tight. The other two in the betting, which brings in 9 to 2 Stacey and 5 to 1 Olly. So he is a clear favourite, but there's lots to be considered with the final week. We've got who they're duetting with, and how they're going to be perceived in the last week is enormous.
Yeah, well, Olly's duetting with doing a duet with Robbie Williams, which will definitely work really well. I'd say they'll collaborate brilliantly together. So I think that will definitely reduce Olly's odds, and he could actually become one of the front runners maybe to win. At the moment, he's an outsider. Stacey's ahead of him. Now Stacey's singing with Michael Bublé, and then Joe is singing with George Michael. Let's talk about the forecast betting. We have a lot of markets out there, and you can predict who's going to come first and second. Talk me through some of the odds there, Tony.
Right, it's currently 5 to 4 Joe to win and Stacey to come second, and the next best in the betting there is 2 to 1 about Joe winning and Olly coming second. Now, when you're looking at the duets, I think definitely the best pairing there is going to be Robbie and Olly. I think they could really bring the house down. I think the pairing that you'd worry about if you were betting on it is going to be Stacey and Michael Bublé. It seems a very strange pairing. There's lots of people asking maybe why she's not doing a duet with Coldplay. There was lots of rumours they were going to pair up, and that would work a lot better. I think for people who back Joe, I think they'd have to be happy. I think George Michael's an excellent pairing with Joe, and I think that they should do extremely well. So I'd be worried about Stacey a little bit, but she is the only girl, and she'll get a little bit of sympathy there, and she'll get the girls'
vote. So
you're
maybe going for Joe Olly as the forecast?
Maybe Joe Olly, but I just think I really honestly think it will come down to how things go on the night and who picks up the sort of floating votes on the night. I think it may be a lot closer, the outcome, than people think, and at 1 to 3, Joe's very short. I'd be looking maybe to bet one of the other two, but an open final.
Yeah, definitely. Things could definitely turn around on the night. Now we're offering also who's going to finish in third place. What's the odds for Olly to come third?
It's currently 10 to 11 Olly, 11 to 8 Stacey, and I think it's 15 to 2 about Joe. Joe, it'd be very hard to see Joe coming third. It'd be a big surprise. I think we'd all stand up and be very shocked if that happened, the way it's sort of gone in the last few weeks, but it could be either of the other two for third. Olly's a slight favourite at the moment because he's been in the bottom two a couple of times and the other two haven't, so that's the only reason I think really at the moment.
Okay, we're going to talk about Strictly Come Dancing now. There's been a huge turnaround in the betting. Ricky Whittle was the outright favourite right from the start, but he tarnished his reputation by getting himself arrested just coming up to the final, which wasn't a very clever move. Is Ricky the deserved winner, do you think, or has Chris Holland actually been better dancer than him towards the end?
Ricky's definitely the deserved winner probably overall. He's the one who's good at both disciplines. He's excellent at ballroom, he's excellent at Latin, but Chris is phenomenally popular. He's most weeks he's in the bottom, down the bottom in the actual judges' vote, but never been in the bottom two. And Ricky, ever since the arrest a couple of weeks back, his vote does seem to have slipped, and he's been in the bottom two. He's won his two dance-offs clearly, but he does seem to be struggling, and now he's drifted right out in the betting, and Chris and Ola are now favourites, purely based on the fact that it's now going to come down to a public vote, and they do seem the most popular and the most likely winners.